Warning, me have the internet opinion. Steven Universe Future, more like Steven Universe but with better writing for most of it. I like this series a lot more than the regular series. The beginning episodes were alright, you know, introducing stuff and whatnot. I really like Steven being the feel of the useless and just having mental stuff happening throughout the series. That's something that was missing in the original series. I feel like the original was Steven solving everything but not helping his own issues. But Future for me really didn't get that good until Prickly Pear. That episode shows Steven's problems through plants. He doesn't feel like he can talk to anyone about his issues, so he talks to plant, talking about his abandonment issues and stuff. He feels no one needs him anymore, which he has felt for throughout the entire of the original series. He always felt like he was needed in an original series, in the original Steven Universe show. So he tries to fix that problem of him not having any purpose by proposing to Connie, even though he's like 16. But that didn't work. Then the episode Growing Pains was really good, and it shows Steven's actual trauma. Then the Greg episode has some good storytelling, even without even telling the audience. Greg wrote his parents letters that haven't even been opened. That really shows that his parents don't really even care about him that much after like he left, that they didn't even bother to open the letters. But that car ride though, ooh, this car ride was real good. Steven got upset, and I realized that both of his parents left their home for something new, but because of that, Steven was born as something entirely new. There is absolutely nobody in the world like him, so he went to Jasper. The only person in the world that feels as alone and useless as him. But Jasper is a terrible influence, so after days of training, they fight. And Chad Steven actually fucking kills Jasper, something that has never happened in any of the shows. Nobody in like the history of the show has even like on screen fucking killed somebody. In Steven Universe, the boy with the Messiah complex turns into Chad Bad Boy. And that episode for me was the climax of Future, because after that he just runs to Homeworld, and while watching I was just thinking, are we just gonna not gonna think about all that? Are we just not gonna think about Steven's mental state in the last episode to where he was able to kill somebody? And then I also just got bored during it and was just gonna talk to White in the end anyway. And I was thinking, oh no, the Steven from the Fragments episode was gone. But then Steven takes over White, holds her like a puppet on a string, and bashes her freaking head into a wall, and then runs away exactly like the last episode. Like the last episode where he ran away, he did that again, but he ran away from the diamond. The next episode is Steven going into denial. Now I was thinking, oh, this was gonna be the start of him breaking and becoming a monster by pretending to be old Steven, but with the powers of this diamond, because he has the eyes of Diamond Boy, Chad Steven Boy, Diamond Eye Steven Boy Chad. Then comes the part of the show where it turned from a realistic mindset and serious issues to a cartoon show for children. For me, it went from BoJack Horseman to SpongeBob. It went from Steven Universe Future to Steven Universe. And as that episode continued, I didn't feel anything. The show that I once liked and related to in a way turned into a show I just felt like I had to watch because I watched all the previous parts of the show, all the other episodes. All the visual storytelling and subtlety was completely gone and turned into fucking Dora. Like, Garnet literally explains that thing is Steven twice. Each diamond does their thing, just like in the other episode of Homer Brown where I was getting bored and just being like, yeah, go ahead and get the white diamond already. It was exactly the same as that episode, but in a short term. Then everybody, and I mean everybody, blames himself and starts crying really annoyingly. And then Connie gives a classic Steven Universe speech, and this is where I started to feel like this was like some sort of fan fiction, because how was this the same show 2 episodes ago? How was this the same show that had serious issues to a giant kaiju monster being hugged until it cries? And then everything's fine. The next episode has everyone crying again about Steven leaving, and I only got sad at one part because he was hugged by the crystal gems, because the sentimental side of me was being like, well, they were there since the beginning of the show and now he's like left. But besides that, I pretty much felt hollow with the ending. I felt unrelated with some of those issues in the show, and I was curious on how they will solve them, because those are like actual serious issues that I've like someone related to in the past and all that, so I was just wondering how they're gonna solve it. And the show gave me a comedic amount of tears and an empty answer. I didn't like the Steven Universe Future finale, but I wish I did.